How's it going, guys? Thanks for tuning into today's video. We're going to be talking about how you can get your posts on eBay to the top of the list and some products that you need to get all within a budget. We're going to keep things quick today. I'm not going to give a big introduction, so we're going to dive right into things. First, we're going to kind of go over some of the items that I sold yesterday, what they sold for and what my profits were on them. And then from there, we're going to talk about the must-haves that every eBay reseller needs. With that being said, let's head on over to my office and get these items that sold off to their new owners.
So the first two items up are actually a bundle of things that I bought from a local seller at a garage sale about a month or two ago. I ended up paying $2 each for these. This first one sold for $15.37. And then the second one here sold for $13.25. So not too shabby. They're little AMT model Corvettes. Next up is a Goodwill buy of this Under Armour shirt that we actually got in a previous video. Paid $4 for this and it sold for $15 plus shipping. I only had it for about a week or so, so it was a nice little flip. Here we have a local thrift store find for $3. It's a little die-cast Impala here, and it sold for $19.57. Right next to that is a pickup that we got from a local Facebook Marketplace seller. I paid $6 for this and it sold for $10.69. Nothing too crazy on it, but I ended up buying a bunch of them from this guy, and a lot of them have been selling for like $60 plus. Next up, we have this 1954 Chevy Corvette, another AMT model. I paid $2 for that one as well, and that sold pretty good. And next up, we have a Revell, which is kind of like AMT, but they're a little bit higher grade. I ended up selling both of these here to a seller, and he ended up paying $36 for two of them. I paid $5 each for these, so a nice little ×3 on the investment. So can't complain with that. Last but not least is a Facebook Marketplace sale. I actually picked this up on Facebook Marketplace in one of my previous videos, if you saw that, for $55. I ended up selling one of the controllers and nunchucks from the bundle by itself on eBay for $15. And then I'm meeting up with the buyer for this today for $100. I'm gonna go and drop this off to them after I drop off all the items at the post office. I was in the middle of printing off all the labels for those items, and I just had another sale on this shirt that I actually picked up at Goodwill in one of the previous videos, if you guys saw that. I paid $4 for this, and it sold for a little over $18, so a nice little profit.
So I'm just getting back now from dropping off those items at the post office, as well as meeting up with that local buyer on that Nintendo Wii. So now we can dive into today's lesson, which highlights every item that resellers need in order to boost those sales. As a seller, you have to understand how important the quality of your photos are. It's something that a lot of sellers tend to not think about, but you actually are competing with other sellers throughout the nation or whatever zone you're in. If you're selling the same item that someone else is selling, you have to make yours stand out more than theirs. This comes down to the quality of the photos that you're taking. Having detailed photos allows customers to know what they're actually buying. eBay allows up to 12 photos for every post, so it should be your goal to hit that. When a buyer truly knows what they're getting, that's also going to reduce the amount of returns that you get from the items that you sell. The items that we're going to be talking about are going to help make your storefront look way more clean and crisp, which will in return ensure the trust of your buyers. Another cool thing is that the quality of your photos can actually increase the amount of money that you can get for the items that you sell. A lot of times I actually sell my items for 10 to 20% over the market value, just because the buyers see what they're really getting. Having the high quality photos attracts the buyers to click on my post before they click on someone else's. And if they like what they see, chances are they're probably just gonna click right on buy it now. Higher quality photos are also gonna naturally increase your conversion rate. And what this will do is it'll actually put you towards the top of the search results on eBay, because they see that buyers like what you have to sell. And in return, this will just lead to more sales for you. The best part about this though is the time that you hold on to items. No one wants to buy something to resell and sit on it for 6 months. So if your conversion rates are higher, you're gonna be able to move more product. The number one thing that's gonna improve your photos is the lighting of the pictures that you take, which leads us to the first and most important item of the day, which is lighting equipment. I'm actually currently using them right now, as you can see. But I purchased these on Amazon for $35. I got a 2-pack of them, and it's more than you'll ever need. I noticed that when I started using these lights in my photos, my sales conversion rate went from like 1.2% all the way up to 2.9% in the matter of a month. As you can see right here, they actually have little dials on them, so I can adjust the brightness on how it looks on my face. So like the one on the left here, I'm turning down. As you can see, it's going down. Same one with the one on the right. Being able to actually adjust the lighting when you're taking pictures is huge, because there's a lot of stuff that has kind of a glare on it, so you don't want too much brightness. So it's really easy to be able to set the brightness quick for whatever item that you're listing. Tying into the first item is actually the second item, which is just a standard cardboard box from Hobby Lobby or any local retail store. It's honestly best, I think, to use like a white background. However, recently I've been kind of throwing things around. I have a dark gray poster board with a dark gray background that I've been using just to see how that affects my sales. I'm kind of doing a little bit of a test on it. After we touch on this third item, I'm actually going to kind of go and show you my whole setup so you can get a good idea on how I do things. The last item's not necessarily something you absolutely need. However, I find that it helps me a lot, and it's just a little sports card holder. It works perfect for a lot of smaller items, as I'm able to display them easily and get good detail photos of stuff that I'm listing. You can order them on Amazon for right around $1 a piece. So it's something that most people don't think about, but it's something that I've used and it's helped me out tremendously. So now it's time to head on down to my office so I can show you guys my setup.
As you can see, this is about where I'd be for a photo when I'm listing something, but the background just looks super clean. And as we pan out, you can see what I'm actually working on, which is this gray on gray poster board. I have a hard one on the bottom, and then these lights, which puts those ornaments there and highlights them very well. They adjust perfectly. You can go up and down if you're trying to post something like a shirt or whatever that I hang up on the wall when I'm posting clothing. But yeah, this is all it takes.
So as you guys noticed there's really not a whole lot that you need to do in order to really make your photos stand out. I actually take all of my photos right from my iPhone. I don't use any special camera, and stuff sells extremely quick. I touched on it in a video not too long ago, but I ended up going from like right around 300,000 to 400,000 impressions all the way up to over 1 million. And that percentage increase in views correlated directly to my sales, as I went from selling around like 1 to 2,000, I would say, up to around 3,000 to 4,000 a month. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning into today's video. We have a lot in store for this week, so make sure you like and subscribe down below. If you have questions or comments on anything you want me to talk about in the future, or new topics you want me to highlight in upcoming videos, make sure to leave that down there as well.